Okay, I really this is advice that my mom gave. So a mom fawning post, but this is from my wedding day, January 8th, 2005. There's my mom, there's me. For a while I stopped wearing glasses, but then I did. And so there's pictures in our marriage. I just gave up on glasses, but I even think those were transition lenses if you remember those. I think some people still have them, but there we are. My wedding day, I was 21. We've been married 21 years, so you can do the math, figure out that I am 42 going on 43. We just recently, last month at the time of this recording, 2 months at the time of this almost posting, I will think about her a lot. Here we go. This advice, all I want to talk about, the most significant thing that was ever said to me by my mom that I can remember. She was really great. One of my favorite stories about mom is like she just let us be us. That was a big part of how she operated. I just got together with my dad and my brother and my sister earlier in the year to talk about. We just told stories about mom and largely making fun of the things she did. Because that's what you do. Your bedside humor, your bedside manner as you experience loss is to just laugh more. But this advice is very important. I don't remember if I had just gotten married or I was about to be married, but it was very important to her. And maybe she was reacting to her own experiences or things she saw, or maybe some vows she made, but it was very important to her to know that I could just make my decisions. And as I made my decisions as a husband, she would be fine with it. And more important to me than saying, Hans, you can see your father and me as much as you want, but you never have to. You're always welcome, but never expected. More so than just giving that little piece of advice and meaning it. I mean, it was so genuine. That was really my mom's concern for me, for us, was to be able to operate as a unit. And the amount of freedom, you say that down here when you say it out loud, the amount of freedom that shows up when you are told, do what you need to do, is amazing. And that has stuck with me 21 years later and every year ever since, because she never, even though parents can, put pressure on somebody to perform in a certain way or to try and get a certain outcome. I do not recall. Now, I could, of course, be viewing this more positively than it is, or maybe my brother or my sister would have a different view of it. But I do remember so much my mom just releasing us and letting us live. And I have found that to be so important and so impactful for even how I parent, by having a very strong relationship with my boys while they're in the home, but knowing when they're out of the home, and then should the Lord will, when they marry, to know that I can't do anything about it. That's it. Things are different. So those two lessons can apply not just to relational differences, but to anything. Embrace whatever stage you're in. That's lesson one. And lesson two is say it. Be on record saying what the outcome is that you anticipate living by, so that others can hold you to it should it need to be done. Embrace the new stage. Say it out loud. There's not a lot here. I was just, how did I get this? I really was just looking at the calendar going, it's about time to write something about my mom. And that was that. And so there you have it. A story about my mom and the most significant lesson she taught me that is living on to this day. Thanks.